All right, we're moving on to lecture number 5. In this lecture, we will learn about the diencephalon and the brain stem. The diencephalon sits atop the brain stem and is enclosed by the cerebral hemispheres. The major structures of the diencephalon are the thalamus, the hypothalamus, and the epithalamus. Now, this is a mid-sagittal section of the brain showing those regions of the diencephalon. The thalamus, which encloses the third shallow ventricle of the brain, is a relay station for sensory impulses passing upward to the sensory cortex. As impulses surge through the thalamus, we have a kind of a crude recognition of whether the sensation we are about to have is pleasant or unpleasant. It is the neurons of the sensory cortex that actually localize and interpret the sensation. The hypothalamus makes up the floor of the diencephalon. It is an important autonomic nervous system center because it plays a role in the regulation of body temperature, water balance, and metabolism. The hypothalamus is also the center for many drives and emotions. For example, thirst, appetite, pain, and pleasure centers are located here. Additionally, the hypothalamus regulates the pituitary gland and produces 2 hormones of its own. The epithalamus forms the roof of the third ventricle. Important parts of the epithalamus are the pineal body and the carotid plexus. The carotid plexus is important because it forms the cerebrospinal fluid. The brain stem is about the size of a thumb in diameter and about 3 inches long. Its structures are the midbrain, the pons, and the medulla oblongata. Here you can see the structures of the brain stem. The midbrain is a relatively small part of the brain stem. It is involved as reflex centers for vision and hearing. The pons is the rounded structure that protrudes just below the midbrain. This area of the brain stem is mostly fiber tracts. However, it does have important nuclei involved in the control of breathing. The medulla oblongata is the most inferior part of the brain stem. It merges into the spinal cord without any obvious change in structure. The medulla is an important fiber tract area but it also contains many nuclei that regulate vital visceral activities. It contains centers that control heart rate, blood pressure, breathing, swallowing, and vomiting, among others. Extending the entire length of the brain stem is a diffuse mass of gray matter called the reticular formation. The neurons of the reticular formation are involved in motor control of the visceral organs. A special group of reticular formation neurons called the RAS, which is the reticular activating system, plays a role in consciousness and the awake sleep cycles. Now, due to this damage to this area can result in permanent unconsciousness. Ooh, didn't want that. This figure shows the reticular formation in the brain stem. Ascending arrows indicate sensory input to the cerebrum, and descending arrows indicate efferent output of reticular neurons. The large cauliflower-like cerebellum projects from just under the occipital lobe of the cerebrum. The cerebellum has 2 hemispheres and an outer cortex made up of gray matter and an inner region of white matter. The cerebellum provides the precious timing for skeletal muscle activity and controls our balance and equilibrium. Here we can see all those regions of the cerebellum. So, what do we need to know? So, which brain region controls such vital activities as breathing and blood pressure? What is the function of the parts of the diencephalon? In what major brain region are the thalamus, hypothalamus, and pineal body found? And last but not least, what is the function of the cerebellum? All right, so hang in here. We're done with number 5. We're moving on to number 6.